Welcome to Islamic Finance for everyone.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Islamic Finance for Everyone. This is episode 2 in our mini-series on the Qur'an and Riba. In video 1, we looked at how the Qur'an began by warning morally against riba in Surah Al-Rum and reminded us that previous nations were punished for it in Surah An-Nisa. Today, we move to phase 3. The first clear, direct prohibition for Muslims in Surah Al Imran, verse 130. And we will unpack what doubled and multiplied riba really means. Very quickly, a recap to connect the dots. Phase 1, Surah Al-Rum, verse 39, compares riba with zakah. Riba appears to increase wealth in people's eyes, but does not increase with Allah, while zakah multiplies in reward. This builds a moral dislikes for riba. Phase 2, in Surah An-Nisa, verse 160-161, riba is listed among the major sins of Banu Israel, something they had already been forbidden, and it contributed to their punishment. By now, any believer paying attention would feel the thing called riba is dangerous spiritually and historically. The heart has been prepared. The third phase in Surah Al Imran was revealed around the time of the Battle of Uhud, in the 3rd year after Hijrah. The Muslim community in Medina is now established, but under serious military and economic pressure. There are reports that the Meccan enemies financed their army through interest-based loans, using riba to mobilize resources against the Muslim. The risk was that Muslims facing similar pressure might imitate the same practices, borrowing on interest to strengthen their own war effort. At this critical moment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends a clear command: do not consume riba, double and multiplied. Now let's read the key verse of this phase, Surah Al Imran, verse 130. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تأكلوا الربا أضعافا مضاعفة واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون.
O you who have believed, do not consume usury, doubled and multiplied, but fear Allah that you may be successful.
This verse is different from what came before in 2 important ways. It directly addresses the believers, O you who believe. This is a personal call. Second, it includes a clear prohibition: do not consume riba, with the description doubled and multiplied, or أضعافا مضاعفة. Here, the ruling moves from moral warning and historical reminder to a binding command for the Muslim community. So what does doubled and multiplied mean? This phrase points to riba al-jahiliyyah, the pre-Islamic usurers practice widespread in Arabia. The basic pattern was a person would borrow, let's say 100 dirham, dinars, dollars. At the due date, if they could not pay, the creditor would say, either pay now or your debt increases. The debt would then be increased, for example, to 200. If still unpaid, it would increase again to 400, then 800, and so on. In other words, the debt was rolled over repeatedly, each time adding more riba until the amount became crushing and sometimes led to loss of property, freedom, or even enslavement of the debtor. This is why the Quran describes it as a doubled and multiplied, not just a small addition, but a snowball that grows aggressively over time. Some people try to argue, see, only this kind of extreme riba is haram. A small fixed interest rate like 5% is fine. This is a misunderstanding. The phrase doubled and multiplied describes what was common at that time, but is not a condition that limits prohibition to only extreme riba. Later, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah will command the believers to give up all remaining riba without any percentage mentioned.
This verse marks not the end, but the beginning, a step on a longer path toward justice. Its ugliest, most obvious forms prey on the vulnerable, deepening inequality and hardship.
This verse is a step, not the final limit. It targets the ugliest, most obvious form of riba first, as part of the gradual approach. The verse ends with, "And fear Allah so that you may be successful. لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ." This connects financial obedience to true success, not just economic success. In Quranic language, falaḥ means ultimate prosperity, being saved from hellfire and admitted into Jannah. By linking riba avoidance with falaḥ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, you might think riba gives you financial advantage, but real success in this world and the next is tied to taqwa and obedience, not to squeezing extra money out of people through interest. So the verse uses both fear, taqwa, and hope, falaḥ. Fear Allah, aspire to success by staying away from riba. Now, bring it home to the present. Even if the exact form of riba al-jahiliyyah is less visible today, the logic is alive. Rolling over credit card debt with high interest, refinancing loans again and again, each time adding fees and charges, penalty interest when someone is late payment charges, turning a manageable debt into a crushing one. The details and contracts look more polished, but the result is often the same. The poor and struggling end up with doubled and multiplied debt, while the lender's position is protected. Have you ever seen someone whose small loan turned into a massive debt because of interest and penalties? Isn't that the same snowball effect that Qur'an is warning us about?
This encourages reflection without issuing individual fatwas, and it shows the relevance of this verse to modern financial life.
So, summarizing phase 3. It is the first direct prohibition of riba addressed to Muslims. It targets the brutal practice of riba al-jahiliyyah, debt doubled and multiplied. It links avoiding riba with taqwa and true success. But the story is not complete yet. The final absolute ban came in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 275-281, where Allah compares riba people to those touched by madness, declares war on those who refuse to give up the riba, and offers trade and charity as halal alternatives. That will be the focus of video 3, inshallah. If this video helped you understand how the Quran moved from warning to the first direct ban on riba, then do a small act of da'wah today. Like this video so it reaches more people who are trying to escape interest-based systems. Share it with friends and family who might think that only extreme riba is haram. And subscribe to Islamic Finance for Everyone and turn on notification so you don't miss the rest of this series on riba in the Quran and the Sunnah. You can also follow the channel on social media platforms where shorter clips in infographics and practical tips on halal personal finance are shared regularly. Jazakumullahu khairan for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your network. Let's spread the word about ethical and inclusive finance. Follow us on social media platforms for more insights into Islamic finance.